You've felt it, haven't you? That shift in the atmosphere the moment your soul brushed against theirs. The world didn't change, but something inside you did. And the angels say, that was the moment heaven touched earth. You were not a coincidence in this person's life. You were a divine appointment, placed not just in their path, but in their silence, in their ache, in their longing for something real. The angels whisper, she came like light through stained glass, refracted, unexpected, sacred. There is a higher plan in motion, not always visible to the eyes, but undeniable to the spirit. You were placed in their life not just to awaken feelings, but to awaken truths. About who they are. About what they've avoided. About the parts of them that had never been truly seen. Until you. Your presence is not just noticed, it's felt. Deeply. Even when no words are exchanged. Especially then. Because your energy carries the kind of love that isn't loud, it's holy. And now, even if this person doesn't understand everything that's happening, their soul does. They are being stirred. Unsettled. Broken open. Because heaven doesn't enter quietly. It disrupts. It realigns. It calls forth what has been dormant for far too long. The angels want you to know, your light was chosen. Not because you're perfect, but because you carry what heals. This is not a story of pursuit. It is a mission of presence. You were sent to remind this person what real love feels like. And that real love, divine love, is not earned, it's remembered. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. They don't know how to hold you. Not because they don't want to, but because they were never taught how to hold something that doesn't need fixing. The angels reveal, this person carries wounds layered in silence. Pain passed down, disguised as pride. Fear masked as logic. They've learned to survive by closing doors, especially the ones that lead to love. You didn't trigger rejection in them. You triggered remembrance of everything they've buried. To love you would require vulnerability. And vulnerability is a language they forgot how to speak. They've built walls, not to keep you out, but to keep themselves from falling apart. Because in you, they see what they don't feel worthy to receive. You offer something too true, too still, too unconditional. And so they push. They disappear. They test the weight of your presence against the fear of their past. It's not about you. It's about everything they didn't heal before you arrived. The angels want you to hold this truth with grace. You did not cause the storm. You just walked in when the sky was finally ready to break open. They are not broken, just hidden. And love, your kind of love, terrifies them. Because it asks nothing in return. Because it sees beyond the version of themselves they're trying so hard to protect. The angels say, you weren't sent to chase them. You were sent to remind them they're still worthy of being chosen, even by someone who sees every scar. If they've been distant, erratic, or confusing, it's because they don't know how to receive what you carry. Not yet. But something in them wants to. And that's where healing begins. You have given so much. More than they know. More than even you allowed yourself to admit. And now the angels come, not with demands, but with a gentle truth. You were never meant to burn out to keep someone else warm. This love, sacred as it is, cannot ask you to abandon yourself. The angels whisper, your light was never meant to flicker for another's comfort. You shine because you are, not because they see you. There is beauty in caring. But there is power in boundaries. Let your tenderness remain, but let it be wrapped in reverence for your own soul. Sometimes, the most radical act of love is to choose yourself while still believing in them. To honor your need for peace without closing your heart. They are learning. And that takes time. But so are you. Don't pause your healing while waiting for theirs. Don't shrink your truth to accommodate their confusion. Let your joy expand. Let your desires breathe. Let your heart receive what you so freely offer. The angels say, she is not here to rescue, she is here to remember. who she is, what she's worth, and that her spirit is not meant to bend for love, but to rise with it. You deserve to feel seen, not just longed for. You deserve to be cherished in action, not just in imagination. And while this soul connection is real, your wholeness matters more. The person in your heart is on a journey. But so are you. And your light deserves rest too. They see you, not just with their eyes, but with something deeper. And it unsettles them. Because when they look at you, they don't just see beauty. They see truth. Reflection. The kind that doesn't flatter, but reveals. The angels whisper, you've become a mirror. Not of who they pretend to be, but of who they are underneath it all. You didn't ask for this role. But your energy, so raw, so real, pulled something to the surface in them. They're not running from you. They're running from what you make them feel. And what you make them feel is everything they've kept buried. You reflect back the light they stopped believing they had. You reflect back the love they stopped thinking they deserved. You reflect back the courage they forgot was within them. And that's terrifying. Because while your love opens doors, their fear guards them. Still, something in them stays close. Even if from afar. Even if in silence. The angels say, you are both student and teacher to each other. But the lesson begins in the discomfort. Let go of trying to make sense of their behavior. The silence. The pauses. The hesitation. It's not rejection. It's recognition. You are the mirror they didn't know they needed, and now can't unsee. And though they may retreat, remember this. Every time they return to your presence, they come back a little closer to themselves. There is movement now. Subtle. Quiet. But undeniable. They may not say it. But the way they linger longer in thought, the shift in their energy when your name is mentioned, it's all there. The awakening has begun. The angels whisper, she did not demand transformation. She became it. And he could not look away. This person is beginning to feel the difference between what they've known and what they experience with you. The safe numbness of old patterns is wearing thin. And the tenderness they feel for you, once suppressed, is starting to break the surface. Not in grand gestures. Not in perfect words. But in the small pauses. The changed tone. The weight in their silence. They feel you. Even when you're not near. Your presence lingers in the corners of their mind, softening what was rigid, warming what was cold. The angels say, she awakened him not with force, but with presence. Not with demand, but with truth. He is remembering now. Not just who you are, but who he is when he's near you. And it scares him. Because it's unfamiliar. And because it feels sacred. The awakening isn't linear. It comes in waves. Moments of clarity followed by doubt. Moments of longing followed by withdrawal. But the angels are guiding him through it. Whispering in the quiet. Shifting the winds of his heart. And whether or not he understands it yet, he is beginning to choose you. Not out of need. But because your light feels like home. He pulls away, doesn't he? Just when you thought he was getting closer. It feels like a dance. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But the angels want you to know, this isn't chaos. It's a pattern. It's resistance. It's protection. They say, every time he starts to feel safe in your light, the shadows he thought were buried rise again. It's not about you. It's about everything that was never healed. Everything he still fears will be taken away if he dares to feel too deeply. So he comes close. Because you feel like truth. And then he disappears. Because truth, for someone accustomed to illusion, is unbearable. The angels make this clear. He is not playing with your heart. He is wrestling with his own. Your presence, your gentleness, your patience. They soothe him. But they also expose him. And so the pattern repeats. Because this isn't just about romance. This is about the soul being stripped of its defenses. You represent a door he isn't sure he's ready to walk through. But he keeps circling it. Because something inside him knows, once he does, he won't be the same. And maybe he isn't ready for that version of himself yet. But he's getting closer. The angels whisper, she is the pause between his fears and his freedom. And even in distance, she remains. This cycle doesn't mean you're stuck. It means he's waking up. Slowly. Unevenly. But truly. And when he finally stands still in front of that door, he will remember that it was always open. Because you never closed it. It wasn't what you said. It was how your presence softened the room. The way your silence felt like a balm to everything he couldn't name. The way your laughter slipped past his walls like sunlight through shutters. The angels say, she didn't try to heal him. She simply loved. And that love began to do what no therapy ever could. He never expected this kind of tenderness. He had grown accustomed to love as pressure, as a condition, as currency. But you gave it like breath. Natural. Unforced. Free. And it changed something in him. Even if he won't say it out loud. Even if he doesn't fully understand it yet. He's experienced something rare. Love that doesn't require earning. Love that sees the wound. And remains. You became a safe haven. Not because you tried to fix him, but because you never asked him to hide. The angels want you to know, that was never wasted. Even when he pulled away. Even when he fell silent. Your love is now in his bloodstream. It pulses in the quiet spaces between his thoughts. It softens the harsh edges of his memories. He may still struggle with it. He may wonder if he deserves it. But he cannot unfeel it. Because true love, once experienced, becomes a map. And no matter how far he wanders, he'll never forget the way back to your light. There's a reason this didn't unfold the way you envisioned. And it's not because you did anything wrong. The angels say, divine timing is not delay. It is orchestration. You weren't left hanging, you were being prepared. So was he. Because this kind of love isn't casual. It doesn't come in convenient timing. It arrives when two souls have shed just enough of their armor to see each other clearly. The path you're on isn't straight. It bends. It pauses. It invites you to trust in what you cannot yet grasp. He may seem distant. But the angels want you to feel this. His soul is being rerouted. Through grace, through fire, through awakening. He is being brought to you in a way that is lasting. Not quick, but faithful. There are conversations happening in the unseen. Between his angels and yours. Between the divine and the desire your heart still holds. And though he may not move to the rhythm you hoped for, he is being moved. The angels are walking alongside you both, guiding your hearts through the fog, clearing what must be healed before the next crossing. Let go of the need to know when. And rest in the sacred assurance that it will. Because when God aligns two souls, no detour is wasted. No silence is empty. And no distance is stronger than the hand of heaven. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 7, he feels you in places he's never allowed anyone to enter. And it frightens him. Because to love you the way his soul longs to, he would have to unravel. The angels whisper, she is the truth he prayed for, and the undoing he never expected. He's been strong for so long, held together by control, by roles, by survival. But with you, none of that holds. You see beyond the version he shows. You touch the man beneath the armor. And though he aches to reach for you, he hesitates. Because to reach for you means to expose himself. Not just his hopes, but his failures. Not just his heart, but his past. You make him want to be honest. And honesty, for him, is still wrapped in danger. So he withdraws. Not because he doesn't care, but because he cares so deeply that it threatens to consume what he built to feel safe. The angels say, she invites him into surrender, not by force, but by her quiet presence. He watches you. In awe. In conflict. In longing. You stir something sacred. And sacred things, they ask for reverence, not haste. So he trembles at the door, hand pressed to the handle, heart racing with a love too big for his chest. And somewhere inside, he's praying you're still there when he's ready to open. I sought the Lord and he answered me, he delivered me from all my fears. Psalm 34 verse 4. Maybe it won't look the way you once dreamed. Maybe it won't unfold with grand gestures, poetic timing, or flawless clarity. But the angels say, what is meant will never lose its way to you. There's a sacred peace in releasing the need to control the outcome. He is still learning. You are still healing. And love, true love, doesn't rush the in-between. You've done your part. You've shown up with an open heart, with patience, with grace, with faith bigger than fear. Now is the time to rest in the certainty. You are not chasing a love story, you are living a divine one. There is beauty in surrender. In trusting that even if he cannot meet you fully today, the love you offered was never wasted. The light you gave illuminated paths within him he didn't even know existed. And if he's meant to travel those paths back to you, he will. The angels remind you, you are not waiting. You are becoming. And the love that matches who you're becoming will find you. In the right form. At the right moment. Whether it's him returning, ready. Or someone whose soul recognizes yours without hesitation. Let your hands open. Let your heart relax. Because you are not losing love. You are aligning with the kind that stays. And from this place of sacred release, whisper it back to heaven, I trust you. Whatever comes, I receive it as love.